So this is my Lucero. Is it Lucero? Lucero classical guitar. I think I showed it off in another video, but I think this is my second classical guitar I've owned. The other one wasn't really mine, and it was probably when I was like a young teenager. So it was already set up, I believe. When we got it, we sent it to a music shop to have a body, a crack or whatever repaired, and it was already kind of set up and working, sounded good and all that stuff. This one, you know, there's a little bit of buzzing somewhere along the frets here when you play it, just like medium or hard strumming, or even individual strings, plucking individual strings. So let's look at the string height. So at the 12th string here, or 12th fret, we're at somewhere between 2.75 and 3 millimeters at the 6th string. And similarly at the first string, 12th fret, we're at somewhere around 2.75 to 3 millimeters. And we can look at this little string thing here, and you can see it's spelled strong. You know this is from China. Action at the 12th fret. Here's the guide here. So we're probably average or somewhere around that if this was a normal acoustic guitar. But classical, at the 6th string, we should be about 3.5 to 4 millimeters. So I guess very rarely a classical guitar will have this here, a truss rod adjustment, especially one that's, you know, in this price range around 400 or slightly less. Solid top, I believe laminated sides and back. So we're going to try to adjust the truss rod to raise the action. Now, that sounds so strange, you know, because you can feel with your fingers that, you know, like I said, if this was a normal acoustic, this would be probably average, somewhere around that action, you know, without the buzz. But I guess the nylon strings, they vibrate harder or more, you know, and move more, so they create a little bit of a buzz there if you don't get the action a little bit higher. Normally we would probably, if this was an acoustic guitar, we would probably want to lower the action, get the string height lower so we can make playability easier, which means going in that direction, clockwise. But let's just see if we can do it counterclockwise. We're not going to loosen the strings or anything. They're pretty pliable here, so let's just turn it, you know, maybe a third of a turn there, and see if the action has changed. Looking at this, it looks like it went up to somewhere between 3 and 3.5, maybe 3.25. So probably need to get it up just a little bit more. Alright, I'm just going to give it maybe an 1/8 of a turn, and we'll try it there. I think we're just shy of 3.5 here, and I just kind of push the strings here. Let me try it, you know, away from the camera and see what it looks like. As you can see, we got the Allen key still in there. That means that it's still got that vibration happening. So let's go ahead and do maybe another quarter, third, half turn. Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see how that does. Still has that little thing with it, so let's adjust it again. Hopefully we don't need a new saddle. Let's try again. So we've got the string height at about 4 at the 12th fret on the 6th string. Did not fix all of the buzzing. Some of them back here on these strings are buzzing a little bit, but it did seem to help. I wonder if we need to get a new saddle and see if that would help. Let's try this with a pick. I think I found the culprit here of some of the buzzing. I think this fret here is maybe just a little bit high. As soon as I hit that fret or go further down, there's no buzzing. So that means it has to be buzzing at that fret. It doesn't really buzz when I go 2 frets above it, but as soon as I go like 1 fret above it, I can make that actually buzz if I do it really loud, really hard. So that might, if we fix that, we might actually be able to get the action back lower again, down to like 3.5 millimeters or maybe a little bit less. I don't really have the proper tool to do this, but I can use the string gauge meter and I can go in between these 3 frets and I see just a little bit of rocking. I don't know if you can see my fingers going up and down with this guy, but there's rocking there. That means this fret is a little bit high. Should we try to tap it down or do we need to sand it down? I really do not know. So the 8th fret is rocking, potentially causing a slight buzzing. Let's see if we can sand it down slightly and see what happens. Probably doing this all wrong, but we got like a larger grit one. We're just kind of working here with the actual strings on. Yeah, a lot of people are probably going to say, don't do it, you're going to break your strings. I'm going to do this and that. Well, I guess I can individually go here, just move some strings around, push it here, go over here, don't touch the strings. May not get it even, we'll have to do like a fine sanding afterwards to, let's see if we can do it the opposite way. We'll go down to a 120 here. Now we'll go down to 180 and maybe wet it. Should have made it just a little bit longer. Looks like we still got a rock right there in the middle. Seems like it kind of fixed it here and here. Right there, and about the 3 middle strings, or the A, D, and G string. There's still a little bit of rock there. All right, we re-taped it up a little bit, and we're going to work on this little section here. Back to the 120, I think we're rocking okay. Not 100% sure with the tape on there. It could be kind of causing an issue. Now back down to 180, kind of doing it wet again. Yeah, I need, I guess, a guitar jig to really hold this in place. Alright, I think our rocking is gone. Alright, I guess I did something right. Hopefully it's not, the frets aren't so sharp that they like break our nylon strings. Could always use some more polishing, I guess. Looks like our fret buzz is gone. Shall we dare go clockwise now with the truss rod and see if we can get the action low again? Alright, I don't know how many times we need to twist this thing. Let's just do a nice big twist. Yeah, that's like a third or more. And we'll see what it looks like. So that did introduce just a little bit of fret buzz again at the 8th fret. So we may not have sanded it down enough. I think we're going to go ahead and reverse the Allen key just a tiny bit until that goes away. I think we could work on the frets for, you know, whatever and get everything going right, but let me see if I can get the darn Allen key in here. Instead of doing the big turn I just did, I'm going to do a small turn, I guess. Like that, maybe an 1/8 of a turn, and we'll see how it is. Gotta plug it pretty hard to get it. It's almost gone away. Let's see if we can turn it just maybe in a 32nd of a turn or what. Who cares? Let's see what happens. Okay, I think that's on the threshold of being acceptable right there. I'll play it a little bit off camera and see what it sounds like. action is a little bit higher, obviously, because there was some buzzing in there anyway because the action was set too low. There's room for improvement though. That 8th fret probably still needs to be sanded down a little bit more. And once we can eliminate, that seems to be like the only major problem is the 8th fret there. We improved it, still have to play it at like 4 millimeters, you know, which is the high end of the normal, I guess, string height for a classical guitar. Probably depending on your style of playing. But yeah, like I said, I think there's room for improvement there. We may do another video later trying to improve it a little bit more. We'll see. I'm not really like big into classical guitars. I just kind of wanted one. Alright, take care.